A Greta Thunberg update. She's still in Israeli captivity. And then the Swedish government, and I want to say the French government, had said that the Israeli consulate or something were taking care of them okay, that the governments were not needed. They did not need to put pressure on Israel to send their citizens back. And here, War Monitor says that the Zionist terrorists who kidnapped the crew of the Gaza flotilla forced them to watch fictional propaganda videos relating to October 7th against their will. Let's just read some of these comments. I don't know. Let's see. Israel themselves said they refused to watch it. Let's see. Greta and her flotilla companions were taken into a room upon their arrival to the screening of the horror film of the October 7th massacre. When they saw what it was about, they refused to continue watching, saying that they were kidnapped and complaining they were shown propaganda videos. They refused to watch it for narrative reasons. Here's somebody just, Joey Fingers has a bunch of laughter. I'm not sure what the joke is. I was reading some of Jagmeet Singh. Jagmeet Singh, he was just talking about how well he could deal with ridicule and people making fun of him, but there was something that would always get under his skin, and it was the laughter. It was the laughter, right? You know, someone could just say, hey, you look stupid, and it's like, okay, well, you're stupid. Who gives a crap? But it was the laughter, you know, hey, you look stupid. Let me quote him. What hurt the most, though, was the pointing and laughing. It was such a common response, and every time it happened, I felt the same flush of shame. Laughter isn't innocuous. Every time I heard it in a public place, I would start to doubt, maybe I do look funny. I think maybe I deserved to be laughed at. I had a tough shell. I could steel myself against insults, but laughter slipped through the cracks in my armor and soaked me in shame. I'll never forget this one time when Waleed and I were walking through the mall. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a little kid laughing at me. It was just him laughing. It hurt more when it was a big crowd, and he was close to our age, so I didn't give him much thought. But then I noticed he was with his parents, and the boy gleefully pulled on their coat sleeves to bring their attention to me. And you'd think that they would have stopped his teasing. You think that they'd say something like, hey, honey, that's not nice. Don't make fun of how he looks. Instead, they looked at my direction, pointed, and they laughed even harder, a hot flush of shame mixed with a cold, sinking feeling that I didn't belong there. The fact that the parents were laughing along with their child was chilling. I always figured parents would correct their kids when they misbehaved, or at least provide some protection. But I now saw that I wasn't always going to be safe just because parents were present. Even the parents who were supposed to set the right example thought it was okay to laugh at me, then maybe I thought there was no safe place. Their laughter rattled me. But like other things that had shaken me before, I pushed that feeling down and I tried to ignore it. So that's on page 124 of Love and Courage, my story of family resilience and overcoming the unexpected. See, breaking, no one gives two fucks about the flotilla, and Greta the a-hole. My God, donkey the wise. And yes, they are forced to watch what people like you do in this world, but she had the big O, thinking about sitting on your unshaven face and making you fart waft. No doubt that secret video shown to Zionist shills in the West, all of whom said how terrible it was but wouldn't say what was in it. You could always tell when a Zionist is lying. You could see its lips move, and I have no doubt the captain of the Gaza flotilla can provide videos far more horrific of the genocide in Gaza. Are you serious? I'm shocked that you so blindly follow Hamas's propaganda, because lying, hate, and violence are natural to Zionists. Brainwashing, it was called when I was young, and other crimes say they psychologically torture them. That's what it is. Let's see, here's some French. Something, I don't know what the French is. Surely that's some kind of torture. Do we want to click on this French? Let's see what it says. When we were kids, we were shown comics, movies to convince us that the Indians were bad and the cowboys in the U.S. Army were civilized and good, except let us create in U.S. sympathy for the Indians and our condemnation of the white barbarians. Recently started following at Connor8-Michael. I realized that I was doing the right thing. Who is this Connor8? Why is that even? They think this will change them, but the atrocities and massacres they committed in Gaza, the whole world's seen it on live TV. Your crimes will not allow them to change. 400,000 have been killed versus the 1,200, so that's 400 eyes to one eye. That's not eye for an eye, that's 400 eyes to an eye. This is akin to forcing someone to watch child porn against their will. Zionists are monstrous bastards. I heard Greta had to dress up as Gandalf while singing Piano Man to the IDF. Gross. This is torture. Let's see. Poor K. Let's see. What's this saying? Why is only what you post or show the truth? 90% of what Hamas posts is fake, fabricated, and you keep reposting it. Very simple. Backyard 200 times. They're screwed. Go lick the devil. Media do Hezbollah. Their sadness started as an external action, then flowed in their veins and souls like a mystical antidote. They all thought they were crying together, but grief, like the hero, has 1,000 faces. Oh no, not that. Good. Kidnapped. Wow, bro, imagine how stupid the enemy is. Shaloms are cooked, more like arrested and deported. Hamas are the ones that kidnap people. Another war crime. F those Hamas assholes, not fictional. More laughter, more laughter here. HAG8V. So some sort of bot, some sort of dummy account. When I was 20, I swore to learn the paths of heaven. More laughter here is a good move. Big up. Dickheads need to be schooled. Why does Israel inspect and sometimes block ships heading to Gaza? I mean, they had baby food. They had baby food and prosthetic legs. Sink that fucking terrorist supporting boat. Wow, Jim Klein. What a pile of shit this Jim Klein is. War propaganda. October 7th was just a lie. Nazis said the Holocaust was a lie too. Palestine, stop your hostilities. Stop firing missiles and drones. Man, they're on the verge of just absolute wiping them all out. Relocating all of them or just a final extermination. This uncle's analysis is really professional, fictional. You're unreliable, you're of no value, you're a waste. Good luck with your bullshit and enjoy your lies. I think Israel has enough problems without kidnapping Greta Thunberg. What's he saying?
By Israel, as she says? Was she kidnapped?
I think Israel has enough problems without kidnapping Greta Thunberg.
And secondly, are you going to
Is that what she said? She was kidnapped by Israel?
Yes, sir. Are you going to get rid of the Tesla?